focus on hitting your goals in every area of your business. Remember, the universe rewards the bold. A leader has to take the risks. So this is really cool. Like, I mean, to finally meet you again, okay?
Yes.
So we met in person at the LA Style magazine, right? That the big
Right.
party. So that was kind of cool. That was cool. And
Yeah,
and it was, so we met at I was waiting in the end of the line or something like that, huh? At the with the
Yes,
picture thing or something.
Yeah, you were waiting for the pictures, and I had done my pictures already. I was just making more video and films there before leaving.
Yes.
And then I ran into you, and it was magic.
Oh no, I was so, it was so nice to meet you, and you have such like cool, we're going to talk about your cause and all the things that you guys are doing, and you know, but it was really cool to meet you. So I just want to make sure I say your last name right. It's Guerra, right? Is that right?
Yeah, in Spanish is Guerra.
Guerra. All right. Ooh, I got that
Guerra,
little
yeah.
roll. I did that roll good.
Guerra.
That was a good one. Guerra. Yeah.
Guerra.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you don't pronounce
Adela.
the U.
Yeah. Okay. You don't pronounce the U. Okay.
Yeah.
Guerra. Okay.
Guerra.
Adela.
Perfect.
Adela.
Adela.
All right. So Adela, just so everybody knows, Adela is a published model and actress. She's also she's been a TV host before. She began creating content online, writing a blog. I mean, we're going to get into her whole story today, but I just want to let you guys know that, you know, she's had some really cool success. She has a new movie that just came out not too long that she's in as well. So that was kind of fun to talk about as well. And, so where did you come from? Because obviously with your accent and, you know, the look and everything, you're obviously not from California originally. So where did it all start? Tell me about your life.
Well, it all started, I was born in Venezuela, and both my parents are from there, and my background is from Lebanon. My great-grandparents were from there. And yeah, I have like this mix of, you know, Middle East with Latin. And I moved to the United States almost 13 years ago now. And I wanted to come to the United States to look for better opportunities for my family and for myself, and to create a better future.
So is that really normal? I mean, because Venezuela, man, I mean, they're having some difficulties, and I don't know. I really wanted to get your perspective on that, because I have my ideas, but I don't know what's true. You know, usually you meet somebody from there, and then you can get the truth, and then versus what the media says, or versus what the TV says, or whatever. So tell me, is that a good place that you want to raise a family and build a business and be freedom and all that? Is it?
Well, it is a beautiful country. With beautiful, I mean, we have beautiful places that, you know, the beach, the mountain, it's beautiful there. But it's not, I mean, as far as today, it's not the best place to raise a family or to go for new opportunities. And actually, for me, it wasn't the right place to raise a family. And this is the number one reason that I left. It was like, first, to give my family a better opportunity, a better lifestyle. And also in case that I wanted to, you know, create my own family and have new generations coming, I really was thinking more ahead of time. But back then things were not as bad as they are today. So I did grow up in a really rich country with a lot of privilege.
It was rich, and then it got poor. Is that kind of what happened? And was it because, do you think, I mean, do you know why? I mean, was it because of politics? Was it because I know Venezuela has more oil than most other countries in the world, right?
Yeah. No, it's a rich country. Well, the thing is, not only, you still have poor people, like everywhere, a lot of poor people. And I grew up seeing that. But I was, you know, I was coming from a good family, but we had great private education over there. But eventually things started getting worse and worse because of the government. In 1999, everything was just like coming down. And that's when I started seeing, okay, this is weird. Like my friends are being kidnapped. Some people I know that have been killed. And this is just like normal stuff. And I am just, okay, this is not really normal, even though people are just acting like it's normal. But deep down, I knew that it was not right. And I wanted to get out of there because one of my number one priorities in my life, and I mean, my whole life has been freedom. And I felt that, the United States was a good place to come. And back then it was my number one first choice. And I mean, I'm glad I made it happen.
So how do you feel about those people that maybe don't like America for whatever reason? I mean, what do you say to some of those people like, wait a minute, I mean, look at where I came from. I mean, there's like people, there's like lines a mile long to go get toilet paper. You know what I mean? It's like, are you kidding me?
Correct.
And that's before COVID, right? So, and it's like,
that was, before COVID.
That was before COVID. People were having lines and they can't get food and they're, people are starving, and then the government is controlling a lot of that. So then what happens, I think the criminals, they then will get in there and start taking their cut, right? Of the things that are going on. So it's like, what do you say to some of those people that say, well, America is not free, or we're a bad country, or whatever?
Well, usually most of the time I will stay quiet because I don't know where they're coming from either. And maybe they don't know any better. But I am just very grateful that I see life very different from the rest that is living in America, that pretty much they have opportunities. But I feel that that's why immigrants, when they come, we conquer, because we really come from absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing has given to me. And I feel that for me, just waking up in a country like the United States has been a freaking blessing. I feel like I'm living a dream. And if they ask me, what do I feel about it? I'm just very real. I feel like some people are just crying. They live in heaven and they don't even know it.
Yeah. I'm so happy that you said that, because I believe that too. I mean, because I've traveled all over the world. I've been to Brazil, I've been to South Africa, I've been to Thailand, I've been all different places everywhere. And it's funny. I don't care how much, because obviously America's not perfect. I don't think America's perfect. I think there's a lot of problems, a lot of challenges. Yeah. But guess what? I always love coming back home to America. It's safer. You feel safer. You have opportunities. You can do anything you want. Almost. Absolutely. You can do anything you want, and people will give you a chance. And you don't have people stealing your property every day. I mean, again, things happen. Obviously, there's always situations, but you don't have the kind of government corruption that places like Venezuela, right? I mean, they'll just come and they'll just steal your property. They'll just take away your land. They can do whatever they want to do. And you're done, just like that. Your businesses, they take, they tax you like crazy. And so it's like, oh man, I'm glad you said that. But look, how important is it to you to have monetary success in America? I mean, do you want to become rich? Do you want to just be average and ordinary? Like, what kind of life do you really expect out of your life?
Well, my priority has always been being connected to my purpose, not much of being a multi-millionaire person, even though I live in abundance and I feel like I'm living a wealthy life every single day. But I also know I see life very different from the rest of the world. The things that make me wake up every day are very different from getting a new car or getting a bigger house or this type of things. For me, it's more like how happy I am feeling with the impact that I am having in the world. And that's just part of my personality. I am designed that way. And I feel that my goals are more about, they are more around the impact that I will be leaving in the world than me being, I don't know, the most beautiful and healthy and wealthy woman in the world. I really don't care. But it's just me.
So do you think that, okay, let me ask you this though, because an important question to just, I'm curious. Do you think though, because I mean, anybody that's beautiful and healthy and has a little bit of success, it's easy to say, I don't care about those things because, you know, I mean, you have a little bit of those things. I mean, if anybody's watching this on YouTube, you know what I'm talking about. She's a model, she's an actress. And so do you think though, your life has been a little bit easier because of the way you look? Do you think it's been an easier life for you?
Not really.
Not really.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Explain why. Explain
I
why.
really don't think so, because sometimes people, and this is just what it is, you know, they judge you because of the way that you look or that you present yourself, and they think that you're stupid or you're dumb. And I have felt that I always take every strength or weakness to my advantage. And the way that it has helped me, for me, it's that it has given me strength. You know, I step up into, you know, I know what I believe, and I'm very close to my values, and I just don't let people to just judge me because of the way that I look. Has it been easier? I really do not think so. But this is the way that I look. This is the way that I was born. This is the way that I present myself every day. Can I know the difference if I wouldn't have these things? I really don't know. So I can only talk about my perspective right now. And I don't think, just because of that, I don't think it has things. I mean, for me, maybe I'm just looking at the negative things when I'm approached by the wrong reasons, but because they just see you like a object or whatever. And then it's just like, okay, you're a little disconnected here. But it's just my point of view.
Well, I was just curious because I remember years and years ago, I think she was a singer or whatever. And I asked her, I said, you know, like, do you get, you know, is this something that happens to you? Do you get, you know, creepy guys sending you creepy messages online? And I mean, because I guess that's kind of what you're saying, is like, maybe your life isn't always easier because you have to deal with so many of situations like that where people will just treat you like an object, or they'll you know, send, you know, weird messages to you, or does that stuff happen?
Yeah, online in real life.
Okay. Okay. And
So
so
I mean, for me, online it's just
tell us a
online is
little bit
like,
about your experiences. Yes.
oh no, this is terrible.
We want to know. We want to know. I mean, this is
This is just
good
too
content here.
funny.
This is good content here.
I mean, I can make a movie around it. It's pretty entertaining. Well, the thing is that I mean, I have been doing this. I've been online for over 10 years. Okay, so I really do not take absolutely anything personal anymore. I don't get emotional. I don't get like, this is my work. This is my business. I don't really care what people think about me. I show up every single day. I do my thing. I share value, and then I'm out. And just like, that's how I have been able to keep up with it. And even though if I could be harassed here or in real life or online, I mean, I guess like I just got used to it, I guess. And
How
it
often,
doesn't
how
really
often
bother me.
does it happen? How often does it happen though? I mean, honestly, like, because I mean, I'm just curious. How often does it happen?
Every day.
Every day. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just crazy, man. That's just wild, wild, wild. Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
how did you get into that space? How did you, I mean, did you always want to be in that, you know, area of life since you were a little girl, or when did you start having that
No.
acting bug or modeling bug or whatever? Like,
No, not really. I never grew up thinking I want to become this. I think it just happened. I actually went to college for business school. I got graduated there, And I feel that when I've always been very creative, very artistic. My dream was to be a dancer. I wanted to be a dancer, and I would be happy like dancing in front of audiences and festivals when I was a kid. And then at 14, I started playing the bass guitar in a rock band, and we would play it in festivals. And I feel like I was always, trying to be connected to my creativity some way, somehow. And then after I was in the band for 3 years, we would play very consistently in my country. We were really good, actually.
Really?
And then at 17, I started modeling. That's when I started modeling. And then I graduated from the school of modeling, and then I became a teacher. And that's when I started working with younger girls, teaching them etiquette and modeling and self-love and self-esteem. So it's something that has been very, into me since I was very young. But it just came. Basically what happened was when I finished business school, I went to work with the electrical company in Venezuela, and I hated it so much. I was just like, this is not really for me. I'm not for the corporate world. I want to do my own thing. And then that's when I decided, okay, let me try. It was really out of nowhere. I told my dad, I'm gonna go to the United States, and I don't know, let me see if I can just make a living there. He almost had a heart attack. He was like, are you crazy? Because I'm the only girl. And he was freaking out. How you have no idea what you're doing. And of course I'm not. I didn't know. But I play it cool, very cool. I was like, I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. I was so scared inside. I cannot even, you cannot even imagine. And then the quickest way for me to come to America and to get my paperwork ready was I got signed with a talent agency. And that's how I got my artist visa, and that's how I could stay to work as a model, as an actor. I signed a contract with them.
So like, what was I mean, so did you have to do that from over there? So you basically sent in your pictures or something, you emailed them, you asked them if you can sign a contract with them. Take me through that process.
No, it wasn't that easy. So what happened was that once I started having like this vision of, okay, if I can be a creative, work in the creative field over there, and I had TV hosting and modeling experience in my country. So I went for a few months to Miami to work with an acting coach that I wanted to work with. And while he was, he was coaching me and he was getting me ready for potential roles, he told me, okay, you could do this. You can just start knocking on doors on agencies. You can apply for this visa. So he gave me the step by step. And even though some people back then they will tell me, because back then it was not a thing. I'm talking about 13 years ago, and people will tell me, you can never do that. Are you crazy? That's for famous celebrity people, that they can come here and then they get this visa. And then I can do it. Of course I can do it. And then people will say like I was crazy. But I'm telling you, I feel that maybe I'm too crazy, or I really think I can conquer the world, because I made it happen some way.
Well,
So
you are crazy, and
yeah.
so, and that's a good thing though. You want to be crazy. I tell
Yeah.
people all the time, man, you want to be crazy. See, what you
Yeah.
did is exactly what I've been saying for years. Is
Mm,
I always look at it like this: you shoot the gun, right? You shoot,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you aim, and then you aim. But
Oh
you got
my
to shoot
God.
first. See,
I
everybody aims
love
first. Everybody
that.
aims first. Aim, and then
Love
they never
that.
do it, and then they never shoot. So you shoot,
Wow.
then you aim. So yes, you're crazy. You shot and then you aimed it, and look at you today. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
you went to Miami first, though. You went to
Yeah.
Miami.
I landed in Miami because I used to, no, well, every summer we will go for vacation to Florida, for Lauderdale area. And I thought it was more familiar to me, but then I found out that Miami was not for Lauderdale, but because everybody was talking in Spanish to me and I wanted to improve my English. But then after, it took me 2 years actually to get signed and get that visa. I went through a lot of crazy stuff in the middle. And
Okay. So the
yeah, I
crazy
survived.
stuff, I want to hear the crazy stuff. Tell me about, so what was your rejection like? Did you have a lot of rejection? Did you
Oh
have a lot of
yeah,
no's? You know,
absolutely.
so how did you deal with it?
Well, there was a lot of faith and hope inside of me. I would, I didn't have I was not making any money. So I was living out of my savings, the ones that I had saved before leaving Venezuela. And my dad was very clear. He was like, hey, you go to the United States, you're on your own. I cannot support you over there. And then I will be like, yeah, whatever, I don't need you. But of course, the reality came when I was like, okay, I am here, I'm by myself. I don't know, I don't have any friends, I don't have any family. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna be doing. At the beginning, I hired a lawyer. I lost all my money with the first lawyer because at the end she told me that she couldn't help me, that was impossible what I was trying to do. That was freaking heartbreaking. But there was something inside of me that told me there's no going back. I never thought of coming back to Venezuela. It was something, and I haven't gone back to Venezuela after 13 years. I felt that I was so I don't know what the word is, convinced that I was going to make it happen some way, even though the reality was not in my favor. but eventually, with a lot of focus and a lot of hard work, and not letting the noise of the people telling me what to do, or because people are in the Hispanic community, they're always, they're fear-based. They always want to make you feel that you're not enough, or you don't have what it takes, or all these crazy things that I don't even know where they come from. But I have always been connected to a higher power that is just guiding me through the whole process. So I'm thankful for that.
When you talk about kind of that 2-year period where things were not happening, I mean, what were those are pretty dark times for you? I mean, were you scared? Were you nervous? I mean, obviously you were connected to your higher power and but I mean, what'd you do? I mean, how did you survive? How did you make money? How did you, how did you make it through?
I had savings.
So that savings lasted then. That savings lasted through the 2
my
years then.
savings lasted.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
renting a room. I didn't have a car. I was just like, my family will come and visit me maybe it's every year or 6 months. And then I feel that my dad started feeling a little bad. So he started like helping me with some money every now and then because I was basically starving.
Well, that's a great way to lose weight. That's a great way to stay, stay thin.
He knew I was not going to go back to Venezuela. So I'm pretty sure he felt bad for me too, because, my brother was always calling me all the time too, freaking out. Are you crazy? Come back home all the time. And then they will cry on the phone, like telling me, and I will be super like, no, not happening. I'm staying here. I don't care. There's no going back. So but yeah, I was very stubborn too. Maybe I would have done things a little bit different. But hey, you have to be young and stupid once, right?
So what would you have done different?
I would have saved more money.
Okay.
So I could live maybe like a few more years. I would create a support system around me. I was a loner back then, so I wouldn't call my family and my friends ever for help. So I don't know if it was ego, it was pride. I wouldn't ask for help from anyone, and I would change that, because I feel that when we have a good support system, we can be more successful in a quicker way. We don't have to suffer. So I had to learn that the hard way.
Well, I always say that ego will keep you broke. So,
Oh, love
that's the ego is just, it just keeps us poor, I mean, that's why I'm always asking people for help. That's why I'm always, I don't care about rejection. I don't care what people
yeah.
think about me. I don't care what you say, but I'm just going to be me, and you love me, you like me, you don't love me, you don't like me. It's just, I think that is the way to play the game of life, because man, you'll never make, like, one of the things that I always look back in business, I mean, I've been in business for 25 years now, and I look back and I go, oh my God, like I worried so much. And early on, I worried about what
Yeah.
people thought about me. And it was such a
Wow.
waste. It was such a waste
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
human potential and capital and time. And I feel like, man, the minute as a young man, the minute that I decided that I was going to not care what what everybody thought about me, it was like, it was a weight off my shoulders. It was success very, very quickly. I just kept asking and asking for help. I need your help.
Wow.
Can you help me out? Can you do this? Can you do that? Hey, give me 20 minutes. Let's talk. Let's do that. And then all of a sudden, things started happening in my life. Now, it wasn't fun when people would laugh at me. It wasn't fun if people made, like a joke, or they would talk behind my back, or they would reject me, or they would say my business is stupid, or it'll never work. And I never, obviously that hurt me, but I
Yeah.
knew, man, there's no way
Yeah.
I was going to let them win. And by the way, I used all of that as fuel for my fire. So
Love that.
I just poured all that on, and that's what kept me driven. That's what kept me excited. That what kept me working to the bone every single day to try to achieve my dream, So, so so what is that tip though? Because, you are in that field that a lot of people would love to go in. Do you have any tips for young men or women that want to be in the acting business or the modeling business? Do you have some tips for them?
I would say that you really have to love it, and you have to be in it for the right reasons. Because I see a lot of people that they want to make it, want to be famous, they want to prove the world, and then okay, I feel that sometimes people are more thinking about proving something to someone else instead of finding out what they are really here to become. Like, what's your real purpose in life? And I feel that when they can remove the noise and then they say, yes, I am a true artist. I feel alive when I'm in front of a stage or in front of I don't know, a set or whatever. I would tell them, just go for it and enjoy the journey, and just get lost in the process, because that's the most beautiful thing an artist and creator can do. Just show up for your art and your craft and never stop learning once you know that's your thing. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important that, I mean, I've been saying this forever, that, I mean, you got to love what you do. I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult, because see, I don't believe that people could stop me, because I knew what I was doing, and I knew why I loved what I was doing. And I felt like
Yes.
I was making
Yeah.
an impact, right?
Yeah, and also when you were saying about the people, talking and making fun, I think we all have that at one point, and I feel that that could be also an opportunity for us to see if we really want to pursue what we're meant to pursue. Like, okay, is that gonna give you the fire that you're saying that it was giving you? Because if it's making you like if you feel down, maybe you really don't want it that bad then. So I think that's
I agree
important
with that. I
to
agree
have
with
those
that.
people there.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And you know what, another thing, and again, this is just what I remember. It came to my mind right now when you said that. I just remember thinking in my mind, like I'm like, this is just a test, like God was giving me a test, he's like, how bad do you want this dream? Like, I'm not going to just give it to you. I want to make you
Yeah.
work for it. I want to make you prove that you really want it. And that
Yeah.
was my, that's what kind of kept me going, so. So
Yes.
I have a question. What is what's your day like? I mean, besides frolicking on the beach, like you're always doing on your Instagram, besides doing that,
It's so funny.
what does your day look like every day?
It's really funny. I'm getting that a lot lately. I mean,
Well, you
what's
got,
better than being on the beach?
look, I just wrote a book called Wealth on the Beach. So that is a
I know.
perfect place. So I'm going to send you one of the books, and then you got to, read it while you're on the beach. You need to be
Thank
reading the
you.
book on the beach. So
Thank you.
I'll send
I
that to
look
you.
forward to reading it
Yes.
seriously.
Yes.
Well, my days, it's a really complex question because every day it's different. I am a creative person, so I cannot be doing the same thing over and over again every single day. So the way that I thrive is I work on different projects every single day. And then I start my day meditating or with a small routine. I change it up every single day, either meditating or connecting with my spirituality. But most of the time I spend writing and filming. So that's pretty much what I am focused on doing, being in that creative energy, building up and meeting other creators, meeting other artists, meeting other people that are pursuing their dreams, inspiring people, spending time with my friends, going to the beach, reading in the beach, doing everything that I can on the beach. But it really changes depending on the projects and the deadlines that I have, and depending on the whatever I have going on. So it really varies all the time.
And so are you an early riser or a late riser? Do you go to bed early or late, or what's that for you?
Well, lately I'm in bed before midnight and I wake up around 7.
Okay.
But that's for now, but that's for summer. In the fall time winter, maybe I hibernate more. I feel like I don't know, it depends. But in the summertime right now, what I'm doing is I want to make sure that I'm in bed before midnight. But weekends and weekends I can, play around. I don't have to. I really don't like thinking that I have to be in bed this time and then I have to wake up at this time. I cannot. I have to be flowing all the time because that's what works for me. I know that for some people it's like, no, I have to do this every day because I feel like that I'm more successful. Where I feel that I'm more successful when I'm going with the flow, when I don't have to be like going through a crazy schedule. But it's also like I play along with my mind. I play a lot with, I fantasize a lot, and I'm always daydreaming, honestly, and that's a big part of my everyday too.
But what were you like as a young woman? I mean, when you were younger, were you a good student? Were you a good kid? Some kids are more rebellious, or they get in a little bit of
Yeah.
trouble, or they're a little more
Yeah.
feisty. They're a little, like, what were you like
Yeah.
as a kid?
I was super quiet, really. I was a good kid. I was smart. I was always studying. Nobody would tell me what to do. I was always doing my homework, making sure that my parents were not bothered by me. Like that, I would think like that because my brother was the opposite. My brother was insane. Like he was super rebel and he was like getting in trouble all the time. So I felt that the least that I could do for my parents was just like, okay, let me just be a good kid. I don't want to get in any trouble. So I will be very shy, actually. I was always very reserved, very private.
Yeah,
And
me and your brother will get along because I was a bad boy growing up, and I was always getting in trouble. I was always getting in fights. I was always with the principal. Me and the principal,
that
man, we
was
were
my
like
brother.
this, man. We were like this, man. We were buddies. We knew each other first name basis, and but yeah, no, that's funny that you said that. And so
Yeah.
so you said you kind of were raised with some privilege, though. So what did your parents do?
Yeah. Well, my mom was a housewife, and my dad, he was a business owner when I was a kid. He has his own I don't remember the name, but he owned his company with his with my uncle. So he had a lot of freedom, and maybe that's why I love having this freedom, because I saw my dad doing it all the time, where he didn't have a schedule, he didn't have to be at work at a certain time. So that's why I went to private school. We grew up with mates, and pretty much, yeah, that for me, that's privilege. Because when I come to America, for the first time in my 20s, I have to take the garbage out. I didn't know. I was like, what the hell am I doing here? It was really bad.
I love it. I love it. I love
Not
it.
knowing how to cook, not knowing anything. I was just
So,
like this princess, like, okay, I'm learning how to do everything in the United States now.
so is there any advice you can give my kids? Because that sounds like the way my kids live. So can you tell me to give some advice to my 16-year-old daughter and my, 20-year-old son? So
Okay, so to you or to your kids?
to the kids, to my kids. I'll play this to them
Okay.
later. Yes.
Oh my God, I will tell them, I mean, just be grateful.
Okay. Oh,
Grateful
that's
for your
all we need to
family,
know.
grateful for your dad that he's busting his ass to give you this lifestyle, because back then I couldn't see it. For me, for kids, this is what's normal. This is normal. No, we're meant to be treated this way the whole time. But when you go out to the real world, that's when reality hits. And it's been, for both me and my brother, it was really, really hard, especially because we both, afterwards, my brother came to America too. It was so hard for him too. And we have to be grateful to our parents. And honestly, everything that I do, my success, I dedicate to my dad and my mom. My mom is not alive anymore, but I feel like she's with me all the time. And because they raised good kids with good values. And that's why when we are the kids, we really, really have to be grateful for them, and that we're not going to have them for the rest of our lives. So that's something that I will tell your kids: just be grateful for your dad, and that they have a blessing that not many people out there, they don't even know their parents. So it's really a blessing to have parents that are there that support you.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, I'm drinking a lot of green drinks, so I'm going to live probably till 120, so they're going to have me, a long, long time, man. So I'm just letting
Amen.
the advice to so this is Adela's advice to my children. Okay. We're going to name this
You have
short
it.
clip, Adela's advice to my children. I love it. That was great advice. And thank you so much for that, because that'll go a long way for me. And it was all, that was free. I appreciate you doing that for free for me. So anyways, hey, look, as you know, I want to know about your new movie. So tell everybody about your new movie. How did you hook that up? How did that happen? And, why are you excited about it?
Well, it happened. It happened many years ago, but in the movie business, you film something. Sometimes they go out, and sometimes nobody sees them. And I have filmed a lot of projects. I'm currently working on a few projects too, but we don't know. We will see. And I filmed this back in Miami. When I was auditioning all the time, I was working on commercial stuff, modeling, acting. And then I remember when I went to the audition, I was, sometimes we just walk into the room and we know we got it. And I had that feeling with that when I went to that audition. The people were telling me, no, well, so many girls have auditioned for this part, all this stuff. And I didn't even care. I was just like, okay, if they like me, they will hire me. That's pretty much my attitude. And then when they told me, hey, you got the part, we start filming and all this stuff. And then I got super excited, because I think that was my first movie actually that I filmed a few years ago. And it just came out when I moved to LA, which it was very interesting.
So it took a couple of years then for it to actually
Yeah.
come out then, basically, right?
Yes.
Why,
Yeah,
why
no,
does that,
we
why
have
did, why does that happen? Like, is it just that, like, explain that. Do you know
Yeah,
why? I mean, it takes so long.
Yeah, we filmed the first, and I thought we were done, and then we have to reshoot a few scenes, and then we had to. The thing is, like, with the distribution, when they don't know who is going to distribute the movie, and sometimes they want to change some scenes or some characters or the way that it's sell, like the way that the movie is going to be selling. So all of these things takes forever sometimes. Sometimes you see people they're working a movie, they don't go out, the movie doesn't go out until after 20 years, or they have been working in the project for 20 years. Yeah, that happens a lot. So that happens a lot. So, but that's another thing. For me, that's something that I love social media so much, because I get to do whatever the hell I want to be doing. I get to work with whoever I want to be working with, and it doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy doing both.
Of course. Yeah, well, it is nice because it's instant gratification. I mean, you just click post and then it's out there,
Yeah,
and now you get to
yeah,
share your content, right? Yeah.
correct. And you
Awesome.
get paid, which is good too.
Exactly. So how do you get paid on social media? I mean, how people want to
Yeah,
know that.
yeah. Well, with I sign brand deals with companies, and I work as a creator with some of them. I've worked with Google. I signed a contract with them for almost a year, and I have also been part of the Pinterest creator, the official creators, and they hire me to create content for them, and which it doesn't even have to do with my social media, which that's what's so amazing to be a creator, because you can work with all these big brands, and they, for example, my audience on Instagram, maybe I mentioned it once on an Instagram story, but they really don't know that I was part of the Google creators. But you get hired to create content, because that's what I do every single day. I create content to bring value to my audience in different platforms. So you can make money with affiliate links. You can make money as a content creator, where you're creating content specifically for certain brands. I also have done and keep doing consulting for creators and branding, for brands and creators and artists, because I used to do that too before, working with marketing in social media for brands, lifestyle brands, and wellness. And the brand deals, that's the easiest way, where I just create a picture or post a picture, and then I get paid for post per post. Yeah, and I have done, the NFL, Macy's, Google stuff. I have worked with really, really amazing companies in the last few years.
Well,
And that's how we make money.
that's really interesting, because I mean, a lot of people don't know that like they just see people
Yeah,
post stuff on Instagram,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they don't realize that there's all kinds of other backstories to that one picture. That one picture,
Correct,
somebody's getting
correct.
paid to post that picture in a lot of
Yes,
situations. So
yes, totally, totally.
well, this has like been so much fun, and I'm. This is so nice to get to know you and to learn about you, and coming all the way from Venezuela to Miami to California, and all over the dang world, and it's
Right.
also it was nice. It was nice to get a perspective on the fact that we should be grateful that we live in America. We should be grateful. I mean, there's a lot of places to live in the world, but this is probably the best place. Not perfect. A lot of
Correct,
challenges still. Ain't perfect by
correct.
no means, but man, it's pretty damn close. It is
Yeah,
pretty damn close to being,
yeah.
well, it is the greatest country in the world. And I feel every day I get up, though, honestly, Adela, I mean, every day I get up, I thank God that I live here, that I get to
Yes.
live in America. I thank God that I get to be an American. And, you see, like 4th of July, and it's like, I'm proud to be an American. And again, you should always be proud of your heritage and where you come from and your
Oh,
family and
yeah.
all that. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're here taking from America, you should love America too. You should love and
Yeah.
appreciate America for what it's giving you as well. And so it's,
Yeah.
I love talking to immigrants, because like you were saying, immigrants, they kill it, man. They kill it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the greatest when it comes to business and success and doing something great, because man, they're coming here for that freedom. They're going to get up and they're going to work hard, man. They're going to be focused. They're going to get the job done because that's why they came here. You know, a lot of people that were born in America, they take it for granted. And so that's, I love that you said that. I love that you said that.
No, it's definitely a blessing to be able to live here, and still grateful for where I'm come from, but I am glad that I made it this far, honestly. So
well, this is just the beginning for you, I'm sure, and very, very excited to see, you know, one day when you're a major movie actress and you are getting the Oscar, and then I am going to get to sell this footage here for millions and millions of dollars. And this is, I'm actually banking on you, by the way. This is part of my retirement, my future retirement right here. So yeah, that's I'm very excited about that. So I'm banking on you. So you better make it. Okay. I'm just telling you right now. I believe in you. Okay. Tell us all how to get a hold of you, because everybody's going to light up your DMs. They're going to follow you like crazy. Your follower count's going to go up, all that stuff. So tell us all how to get a hold of you.
Well, on Instagram, I'm most of the days I'm on Instagram, and you can reach out to my manager. In my email, it's over there on Instagram on my website. But yeah, I think on Instagram you have all my information, and if you want to connect there, I'm happy to say hi.
And so what's the name on Instagram? Is it just your name?
Oh, it's my name, Adela Guerra. That's Adela Guerra. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Guerra.
Guerra.
With the U is silent. Guerra. There we go.
Guerra. Don't pronounce the U.
Guerra. All right.
Guerra. That's perfect.
Guerra. Oh no, I got it. I got it down, man. I'm good at this. So, but thank you very much again for coming out. I want all the audience, please, 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 if you haven't checked out Wealth on the Beach book, make sure you go get that on Amazon today. You got to make that happen, because look, it was 25 years in the making. It's exactly how I built it, exactly how I created it, exactly how I created massive passive income in my life, the 11 universal laws to building financial freedom. So please, please, please check that out. Again, leave me an Amazon review for sure. And then do me a favor also, go reach out to Adela and say, hey, Adela, I met you with Daniel Alonzo on Wealth on the Beach podcast, and we're thankful to her for our, let her know, tell her what you're thankful for the value that she brought today and the inspiration that she is, because I know that that's what she wants to do. She wants to provide inspiration to people all around the world, and teach people about having a better life and creating more freedom in their life. So thank you so much, Adela. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me, Daniel.
All right, everybody, make sure you continue to dream bigger than ever. Get after it, but most importantly, do it now. God bless you. We'll see you at the top.